what I'm doing. Well, to give me all kinds of warmth, save me from the rain. When I say that I'm okay, well, they look at me kind of strange. Surely you're not happy now, you no longer play the game. I'm just sitting here watching the wheels go round and round. Really love to watch it roll. No longer riding on the merry-go-round. I just have to let go. I just have to let go. Welcome to Off the Grid with Skantar. Glad you're back. This is Season 2, Episode 1. I hope you enjoyed the Halloween special and the Christmas special. If you missed them, go check them out, please. From last year, the Penguins did indeed win back-to-back Stanley Cups. I called it way back before that. And the $1 bill was indeed counterfeit money. You know, when I talked to the lady from Secret Service, I said, who would want to counterfeit a $1 bill? And she said, you'd be surprised. But she told me she would send it back if it was real, and guess what? It never came back. We knew that too. We're going to try to give you a bare bones starter kit for having your own power company. Now, it would be very easy to just buy an N cube for about $1,000 and you would have a start, right? But if you wanted to build something like that from scratch, you would need to start with a battery. And this is just an AGM battery. And then you would need an inverter, okay? And with that, you could make some juice. To plug your stuff in. And then I hope you can replace all your lights like this with LED bulbs. Because they use a lot less power and they give you a lot more light, a lot less wasted heat. This is better than the old style, but nowhere near as good as this. So then, this would surely die unless you had a charger. And of course, you know we're being run by a portable generator outside. But my outlets still work. And this is telling me we're capacity 90%. I'm setting it for an AGM battery and on automatic. Put the winter mode on. It is winter. So now we're charging here. So now here's our little system. We're plugged in. Battery's charged. If the power goes out, we could run our stuff, you know. Now, what if the power will never come back on or not for a long time? Well, here's sort of a solar starter kit. Right here behind me is this setup. There's 4 25-watt solar panels. And it would come with this little starter kit. And it's about 180 bucks. You get on sale for about 140 bucks, 150 bucks, something like that. And that would give you a good start. If you had all of this, and basically you could do without some of this if you want to just do this, right? You really don't need to charge it up with a charger if you got the patience to let the sun do the job. And if all you want to do is lights, you really don't have to make that 12 volts into 120 volts. So we could get rid of that. Of course, all of those accessories could be brought back at any time. But we'll set up just a solar setup to get a clue here. And I'll show you one of these bulbs. Now this is a 12-volt bulb, but it's got the same size as the 120-volt bulbs. And I happen to have a live one all ready to go right here, hooked up to my solar palm tree outside that basically has 2 of these sets on there charging up a battery. And you can see that's just straight 12 volts. That's not being made into 120 volts. But if all you need is light, and see my little LEDs up there, when this is getting light, they light up. They're really not hooked up to anything, but it gives you an indication that they're making power even from this little bit of light in here. The sun really kicks them in. So what you would have is a couple of these lights they would give you. And if that's all you want is lights, there's really no need to make it into 120 volts. But you could also plug your USB, you could plug your phone in, and there was a phone jack like this on that 120 volt one as well. And you would just hook this up. So this is the battery lead, and on here, that's right here. Plus, of course, is red. And mine, this is black. And we hook that up to our battery. And already we get a reading here. .4 volts. It's really charged to beat the band. We can immediately plug into one of the outlets, they have these little receptacles. So this is 12 volts. Had to do a little troubleshooting, but we got the light to work. So all we have here is a battery hooked up to this controller, and it can tell me what the voltage is, and I can turn the light on and off. Okay, then you could hook up your solar panels to this, and it would be fed by these. And that's all you would have is 12 volt lights, and you could plug your phone in, and it would be charged whether the power was on or not, providing it was in the daytime. And it's a lot more efficient if you use the power in the daytime. Of course, you don't really need your lights in the daytime, but you could add, like I say, the charger. So if you had the solar panels, the battery charger, and the inverter, you would have the basis of a little power plant. That if normal power was available, you could be fully charged. If it would fail, you would depend on this alone. You know, or if you want to go totally off the grid, you could, you know, depend on that. But what I do, I charge and I look for the best chargers I could get to charge my batteries when the generator is running. You want to charge your batteries. The people that inspired me, they had a couple different approaches. The one guy has to run his generator 4 hours a day to charge his huge batteries to run everything. Now, what they talk about is plug loads. They got the plug loads down. They replaced the inefficient things with the better things and get the plug loads down. And he was lacking a renewable. You know, he had no solar. This other place, they had a solar system to do everything they needed, except you couldn't run the water pump. When the water pump needed to run, the automatic transfer switch would signal the generator to start, and a 20 kW generator would run, and they would make the most of that, but it would run the water pump when that was necessary. You know, the solar power didn't have enough oomph to do that. So the other thing they're talking about is rooftop solar, which I started out with that, and parking lot solar, which I ended up with. It's easier to tend to, but I have a microscopic system, but it's working for me, and it's really not fertile ground here for solar or wind or anything here. So if it works here, it'll work anywhere. And the smaller the generator you run, the better. See, it would be the next step after you had all of this, to get a generator to back it up when the sun won't run and when the normal power is off. Because you're more likely to perish in something like a 7-day power failure than any worldwide collapse. You know, if you get caught in the wintertime with no power and you don't see what the hell you're doing, it could cost you your life if you burn the shack down with a candle or such a thing, right? And don't wait till you need it to get it, because you won't even be able to get flashlight batteries if you need it that bad. So plan ahead. Welcome back to Off the Grid with Skantar. We're going to do a shot. This here's Pravda vodka, very fancy hoity-toity vodka. Oh, delicious. Remember, when I do a shot, you do a shot. Peace. I'm just sitting here watching the wheels go round and round. I really love to watch them roll. No longer riding on the merry-go-round. I just had to let it go. I just had to let go. I just had to let go.